Alright, I'm going to start, today we're going to start installing this cat whisker and get this panel on the car, and then I'm going to finish this panel up and get started on that one so we can get the back seat bottom there installed and the seat belts and get started on that front seat. Another thing that watch for my videos in the future is the power brake booster on the Bel Air when the car gets really warmed up, like idling in traffic and stuff. When I release the brakes, it tends to not release all the way every time, and it's the master cylinder leaked into the booster. I added the power brakes that car off a parts car, and at the time I rebuilt the booster, nobody sold the repair parts for it, so I had to send the booster to a guy in Florida to rebuild it, and he didn't do really that great of a job. I sent him the housing was like in really nice shape. I bead blasted it and painted it, and he sent me back something that looked like it had been painted in a sandbox with tree tar. So I had to take it all apart, strip the paint, completely repaint it. It wasn't the same booster I sent him. But anyway, I got another complete power brake set up off a parts car a while back, and I'm going to rebuild the booster and swap it out so I can resolve that problem. And I got the rebuild kit for it right here. This was the seal I was unable to get, and that guy that rebuilt them would not sell me that seal for nothing. And I couldn't find it anywhere. This was, 20 plus years ago, and parts were still pretty hard to find for those Chevys with that Bendix booster. You could get the Meringue booster kit, but it was different. But anyway, this is for the Bendix booster, so I'm going to rebuild that one. I have the vacuum check valve, the vacuum reservoir, the whole setup, so I'm going to swap the booster out anyway, but I got to rebuild it first. So this is the rebuild kit, and I'll do a video on when I do it. They're pretty simple, pretty cut and dry, and I'll be cleaning it all up, repainting it and everything. But that will be a future video, maybe this summer. Another one of the side panels installed, window working good with it. Yeah, it looks really nice. This one actually looks better than that one, probably because that was a practice run, and this one is a little more, we know what we're doing, but it looks really good. They both look good, but yeah, I really like it. I'm totally happy. Yeah, we gotta get a little video of the other side because it looks fantastic. Look at that. Oh my God, does that look good. Once that ashtray's in, that thing's mounted in the car. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna mount this in the car, and then I'm gonna start into that one. Super nice. So you gluing this side of this corner down to the batting because it was not sticking to that. So that will be totally glued, that corner. That's the way the original one was. We actually kind of looked it over there. This dried overnight. This is the next day, so I'm going to work on putting the ashtray in, but it came out pretty good. I don't think I'm going to put that screw in there where that dimple was, unless excuse me, unless it's needed. There's screws here, and here, and we'll just see. If I need it, I'll put it in. Next thing I got to do is cut the ashtray hole here. So I was just looking at the original material, and it looks like they just X'd it out. I didn't know if they'd cut extra out of there or not, but it was glued. You see the glue there on the edges here. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to install a cleaned up I cleaned these all up. So this is the ashtray that's going in this one. It's all ready to go, so I'll get it cleaned up and installed. Got the hole cut. I just gotta let the glue that glue set up about 20 minutes and I'll pull it over. But I took this off, and this, you can see how it's not on there very straight, so I'm gonna just re-glue this on so it's a little straighter and looks better. And I'm gonna use this to glue this on as opposed to the contact cement like I glue this to contact cement. You know, after you glue this on, that you may damage or tear the vinyl trying to unglue it after contact cement. But it looks good. A few spots I could have clamped more, but that's underneath where you don't see it. You won't see any of this side. You won't even see a lot of this side. And these clamp marks will come out after a day or so. But the seat actually comes up like this, and then up here you can see the shadow on the old material. This is the material off this one over here, but you can totally see the shadow clearly comes down there and then it comes up here, so it's visible where the seat originally was on these panels. But anyway, I'm going to get this spray adhesive down, and then we'll fit the cover and start. Maybe I gotta sand all this stuff out. I'll get all the old adhesive off, and then I'll be ready to start gluing the new material on this. So I was gonna glue this up, and I noticed that this is broken right here. Can you see that? So I'm gonna fiberglass that. I'm gonna stick the new piece, or stick this piece back on, then I can glass that up from the back side. That's no big deal, but I don't want to break there. I doubt that it would make any difference, but we're going to fix it anyway. There, from this side that crack shows up a little better, so I'm going to sand that with some 80 grit and then fiberglass that right now. Well, it's all installed. Ashtray works, looks nice. Window works. Snaps are on. I put the screw in because this was a little moved up here, so I had to put that screw in. I was going to leave it out because I thought it would look nicer, but I got to wipe some handprints off. But all in all, it came out really nice. Now, you know, the bottom of the seat, well, actually probably right here in this carpet, once I pull it down in there, it straightens right out. So I'll get my steamer on that. Then over here on this side, this piece has to go in here. It really looks terrible. That goes in there. So I'm going to make a new one, find some cardboard that has kind of a vinyl print look to it. That, or I'll get some cardboard and cover it with vinyl. I have plenty of yardage of vinyl, and I have old covers that I could clean up and reuse. So I'll get these hopefully in the next few days, something to do that. That looks a little better. I just wiped it up a little bit. This corner here was the hardest part of reupholstering this, get this to look good. There's still a couple clamp things that haven't come out completely yet, but for the most part, most of it has, where the clamps were pinched on it. So anyway, there we are. We got a one side panel in, one to do, and I'm about to glass that one up right now. Oh, and now with the light in here, you can see the seat belts. And yeah, I sewed the tag on the, this is the one that I put the new webbing on, and I just thought it would look nice like that. Set this back over on top there, and this is the original one. Has the tag, and I stitched it exactly where the original one was stitched, so it looks nice. But anyway, yeah, they're both in here. They both work. They buckle and unbuckle, and totally happy. So when the seat goes in with these things pointed the way they should be, they should stay up out of from underneath the the rear seat. And I might put some of that sound deadening like I put under the carpet here, and maybe some other foam. Maybe I got that 2-inch foam if it'll fit. If not, I'll put 1-inch foam just to you know, the mufflers are right below here, and the insulation pad will help keep the heat down from coming up in here, and the insulation will also prevent the noise from the mufflers from coming in here. I put these bolts in just finger tight just to kind of keep it in place, but you know, I'm going to have to take it back out to put that. There's screws back in behind there, you know, and back in that way that go into the body of the car. And these are all I've taken when I took the screws out to take these panels off. I just put the screws back in the hole, so they're all the correct screws. I did polish them up a little bit, so that is that side looks amazing. I think the light angles and stuff with the camera, I don't know what it is, but I noticed some things on video don't look as good as they do sitting here in the car. The seat belts match perfectly. I don't know if it shows in the video, but that new material matches the old and everything else absolutely perfect. Yeah, I actually did a little better stitch job on that than what the factory did. That's the factory tag. Look at that. Pulled threads, and yeah, so my stitching came out nicer than the original. You know, they're doing this on production assembly line work, so they're just ripping these things out, doing their 8-hour shift. They don't want to, they're not particularly, you know, it's not like it's their car or they're doing a show car or anything. They're just ripping them out for production. So yeah, they're not perfect. There we go. I'll let that dry overnight and give that a good sanding. You know, there's a little overlapping there. I spread the joint out and put resin in between where it was cracked too. Well, I think I'm going to call that it for the day, and tomorrow I'll finish sanding and get that ready, and maybe start gluing it up, get to working on that, so maybe by Saturday or so it'll be installed in the car. So anyway, it's a day. If you like my video, definitely hit the like button. If you like my channel, hit that 348 icon. It'll subscribe you to my channel, and thank you for watching my videos.